Good afternoon everyone. Today we will discuss the topic of trigonometric equations, which comes under the chapter trigonometric functions. If you observe in the trigonometric functions, we have used different words, nothing but trigonometric ratios, trigonometric functions, trigonometric identities, and now we will discuss about trigonometric equations. See, what was the difference between those four? Ratios, functions, identities, and now this is equations. What are the difference between those? We will discuss at this end of this session. Now we will go to into the topic of trigonometric equation. Actually, what do you mean by an equation? Equation means it will consist of a variable. In terms of variable, it will be there. At last, what we need to find, that variable value we need to find. For example, x square minus 2x plus 2 equal to 0. So that is in terms of variables which will have an equal sign. So at last what we need to find, that the variable value we need to find. Now when it comes to trigonometric equation, what do you mean by, how we will define that? An equation consists of trigonometric functions. An equation consists of trigonometric functions is called trigonometric equation. See, for example, if sin x equal to 1 by root 2. See guys, if I consider sin x equal to 1 by root 2. This is also a trigonometric equation. Why? Because equation including trigonometric function in terms of a variable. Trigonometric equation means equation consists of trigonometric function in such type of a variable. Nothing but in terms of sin x or sin y or sin theta, like that. Where we need to find the value of that variable is called trigonometric equation. If sin x equal to 1 by root 2, how we can write this? Sin x is equal to sin pi by 4. So 1 by root 2 we can write as sin pi by 4. Here sin x, here sin pi by 4. So sin will get cancelled and x is equal to pi by 4. X is equal to pi by 4. See, if I write sin x equal to 1 by root 2, do you agree that x equal to pi by 4? X equal to pi by 4 is one of the answer. Still infinite number of solutions are there for sin x equal to 1 by root 2 to get for x values. We have infinite number of x values. What are those? How to find those? So those are, for example, if you consider a sine graph, 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, 5 pi by 2, 3 pi, so on. In this negative side also minus pi by 2, minus pi, so on. So if you observe the sine function graph, that range is in between minus 1 to 1, you know that. So it will start from again, so this is that, see, it will start like this, right? It go on like this, right? And again it continue further. So in this way also, in this side also like this, right? If you observe, already we know that, that if sin x equal to 0, what may be x? X is equal to n pi, where n belongs to z, right? Sin x equal to 0 means x is equal to n pi, n belongs to z. That means if sin x equal to 0, we have infinite number of solutions for that x. What are those? Here 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi on the positive side, and comes to negative side minus pi, minus 2 pi, so on like that. That means if sin x equal to 0, how many solutions we have? Infinite number of solutions. That x may be 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, so on like that. See, only for 0 it will have like that? No. For any trigonometric functions, infinite number of solutions will be there. When we consider from minus infinity to infinity. Now, see here, if x equal to pi by 4, if we consider 0 to pi by 2 region, see here, if we consider 0 to 2 pi region, see 0 to 2 pi means the graph will be like this. The graph will be like this, right? See, x equal to 1 by root 2, this value is equal to here 1, this is 0. So 1 by root 2 means somewhere here. Why? Because it is pi by 4, 1 by root 2. That means here it will be, right? Here it will be. If you observe from 0 to 2 pi, did anywhere we will get that 1 by root 2? Yes. If you draw the parallel line to x-axis here, this value, y value, this is 1 by root 2. Here also you get 1 by root 2. Here means here you will get 1 by root 2. That means here also 1 by root 2, here also 1 by root 2. Then how many values will be there in between 0 to 2 pi? If we observe, for any trigonometric function, for any value, for 0 to 2 pi, definitely you will get two solutions. Here we got, this is a pi by 4, this is pi by 4. Here you will get pi minus pi by 4, which is equal to 3 pi by 4. This value is 3 pi by 4. Now not only x equal to pi by 4, if sin x equal to 1 by root 2, x is equal to pi by 4 and 3 pi by 4 are called principal solutions. Principal solutions. So what we call as principal solution, listen carefully. Principal solution means the solutions of a trigonometric equation. The solutions of a trigonometric equation in the interval of 0 to 2 pi. That means greater than or equal to 0, less than 2 pi. If the solutions are in between 0 to 2 pi, we will consider as principal solutions. For any trigonometric function, when we are finding principal solution, definitely we should get two solutions. Then only we will consider those as principal solution. Whatever you take, sin x equal to that in between that range minus 1 to 1, whatever you take that value, definitely you will get two solutions, and those two solutions only should be in between 0 comma 2 pi in this particular interval. If this is about a sine function, and when it comes to cos is also like this, right? So this is 0 to 2 pi, and again we need to, for any function, cos, sin, tan, whatever it may be, from 0 to 2 pi, if we get two solutions, those two solutions we will consider as principal solutions, right? So did you understand this? For any value if you take, for example, here you take this value, again it will be here, it will come here. For example, if you take here, again that value, same value will get here. That means only from 0 to 2 pi. Those type of values we will consider as principal solutions. Now, sir, how to find principal solutions? How to find principal solutions? That means values in between 0 to 2 pi means principal solutions only. But how to find? So here we got pi by 4 only. But sir, how you have written pi minus pi by 4, nothing but 3 pi by 4? How you got this second value to consider as principal solution? So the way I will tell here, see, for example, if you consider sin x equal to root 3 by 2, guys. Sin x equal to root 3 by 2. See, if sin x equal to root 3 by 2, what we can write? Sin x is equal to sin, how much? Root 3 by 2 is nothing but sin pi by 3. 60 degrees, sin 60 is nothing but root 3 by 2. So here x equal to what we can write? Here x equal to pi by 3 is the solution for this. But when it comes to principal solution, we need two solutions, right? We need two solutions, the two in between 0 comma 2 pi and 2. Now how to find that remaining value? See, for example, pi by 3. So this is pi by 3. So value will be here. This is root 3 by 2. Understand carefully. Root 3 by 2. So that same value when we will get here we will get. So what is that value in between pi by 2 comma pi? It is there. So how to find that value? How to find that value? See, but to find this, we need to use the quadrants. We need to use the quadrants. All silver teacups. And again this pi, this is 2 pi, this is pi by 2, and this is 3 pi by 2. Here if you observe, sign is positive or negative, you need to observe. Sign is positive or negative? Positive. In which two quadrants sign is positive? Here and here. Right? So here sin pi by 3. Sin pi by 3 in which quadrant? First quadrant. That means already this value we got. Already that value we got. Now which value is remain to find? In between pi by 2 comma pi. Then how to find this? So if it is in second quadrant, how we can take pi by 2 plus also second quadrant only, pi minus also second quadrant only. But if you use pi by 2 plus, what happens? Function will change. Sin converts to cos, but we need sin value. Then we should not use pi by 2. Then what we need to use? Pi minus. See, here we will write sin pi minus pi by 3. If you observe this, sin pi minus means even angle. Even angle means function won't change. Again pi minus means second quadrant sin positive only. So sin pi by 3 we can also write like sin pi minus pi by 3, which gives sin 3 pi minus pi is 2 pi by 3. That means here x value is equal to 2 pi by 3. Therefore, x equal to pi by 3 comma 2 pi by 3 are principal solutions. See, very important. For either they will ask for 1 mark or 2 marks. Very important. Definitely they will ask a question from principal solution concept. Nothing but they will give a value sin x equal to root 3 by 2. Right? Sin x equal to root 3 by 2. So if it is positive, in which two quadrants it is positive? Directly we got first quadrant value. To find the second quadrant, we used to use only even angles. We need to use only even angles. By that we will get another angle. And how to check whether those two are principal solutions or not? So convert into degrees. See, pi by 3 is nothing but 60 degrees, comma 2 pi by 3 is nothing but 2 into 180 by 3, which is a 360, 60 into 2 is nothing but this is 120 degrees, right? So 60 and 120 degrees are in between 0, 360 only now. So therefore we will consider those two are principal solutions, right? So here pi by 3, this is pi by 2 to pi only, nothing but 120 degrees, 90 to 180, right? So like this we will find principal solutions. So this is about only 0 to 2 pi interval. If you want all infinite number of solutions, can you write infinite number of solutions like pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, next 5 pi by 4, next 7 pi by 4? Can you write all those? We cannot write all those at some particular time. Why? Because for writing PU board or any competitive exam, we will have only certain particular time. In that we cannot write all those infinite number of solutions. Now to write those all infinite number of solutions in terms of one particular solution, that we will consider as general solution. For example, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all those are natural numbers. So instead of writing all those, if we represent with capital N, that is nothing but a natural number, set of all natural numbers. Like that, to represent all the solutions, we have one term, that is general solution. The general solution we will discuss now. Until then, pause the video and note it down. Now we will derive the trigonometric equation, nothing but general solutions we will derive. So to derive those general solutions, you need some remembrance of these formulas, nothing but sin x equal to 0 for all x equal to n pi where n belongs to 0, and cos x equal to 0 means x is equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 where n belongs to z. So you need to remember these two, where n z represents integers, right? See if you remember those two, you can derive this trigonometric equation, nothing but general solutions. See, for example, if sin x equal to sin y, as like in previous problem, sin x equal to root 3 by 2 means we have written sin x equal to sin pi by 3, right? Sin pi by 3. Now instead of pi by 3, see generally I will consider y, nothing but general solution. Sin x equal to sin pi by 3, x equal to pi by 3, right? Now here, if sin x equal to sin y, what about that x? What about x? Here we know that x equal to pi by 3. But here what about that y? So for that we will find the general solution. See, this sin x equal to sin y I will write as sin x minus sin y, which will be equal to 0. Right? If both are equal, that subtraction is nothing but equal to 0. We have a formula of sin x minus sin y equal to 0. Remember that. That is 2 sin x plus y by 2 into cos x minus y by 2. Sorry. If sin x plus sin y means this one. If sin x minus sin y is 2 cos of x plus y by 2, and again sin of x minus y by 2, which is equal to 0. Remember those formulas. Sin x plus sin y means 2 sin x plus y by 2 cos x minus y by 2. Sin x minus sin y means 2 cos x plus y by 2 sin x minus y by 2. Like that, cos x plus cos y means 2 cos x plus y by 2 cos x minus y by 2. Cos x minus cos y means minus 2 sin x plus y by 2 sin x minus y by 2. See, you need to remember all those formulas in the trigonometric functions. Where we will use those formulas also we don't know. Every formula you need to remember. See, as it is equal to 0, 2 you send to right hand side, it will become 0. Then what we can write is cos of x plus y by 2 equal to 0, or sin of x minus y by 2 equal to 0. We can write or not. If AB equal to 0, A equal to 0 or B equal to 0, then the AB will become 0, like that. If product is equal to 0, this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. If cos of x plus y by 2 equal to 0, which is in the form of cos x equal to 0. If cos x equal to 0, what may be the x? X may be equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. So here this will consider as x. So x plus y by 2 is equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. Here, this is in terms of x. Sin x equal to 0, what may be the x? X equal to n pi. So that means x minus y by 2 is equal to n pi. If you simplify this, 2 and 2 get cancelled. Here 2 will come here. Then we can write this x is equal to 2n plus 1 into pi. Y will become minus y. This is about x here. Now here if you observe x minus y equal to 2n pi, then what about x? X is equal to 2n pi plus y. X is equal to 2n pi plus y. See here if you observe how we can write this equation and how we can combine these two. Actually, if sin x is equal to sin y, x is equal to n pi plus of minus 1 whole power n into y, where n belongs to z. So this is the value of x when sin x is equal to sin y. Now how to bring this one? By combining those two. See here if you observe, here this one I will write it as 2n plus 1 into pi plus of minus 1 whole power 2n plus 1 into y. Can I write like this? If you observe, can I write like this? If n is an odd number, if n is an odd number, right? If n is an odd number, for example, n equal to 1, you take 2 into 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3. Minus 1 whole power 3 is minus only. So can I write like this? No. Right. Yes. This one. This is about even. This is about even. Here this is about odd numbers. Right. This formula. This is about even. So even this one, how we can write? 2n pi plus of minus 1 whole power 2n into y. If you observe n here, if you substitute an even number, 2 to the 4, minus 1 whole power 4 is minus 1 whole power 4. Nothing but if 2 into anything will become even number only. So this 2n plus y I can write as 2n pi plus of minus 1 whole power 2n into y. So nothing change of this. Both are same. By combining those two, I will write a single equation which is x equal to n pi plus of minus 1 whole power n into y, where n belongs to z. This represents odd numbers, this represents even. But this represents both. Let us check. For example, n is equal to 1 you take. N is equal to 1. This is 1 into pi, this is pi, plus minus 1 whole power 1 is nothing but minus 1, which is equal to, this is pi minus y. When if n is equal to 1. Here you substitute that. Or here if you substitute, here also you will get that same, nothing but in terms of odd. Here if n equal to 2 you take. If n equal to 2 you take. This is a 2 pi plus of minus 1 whole power 2. Minus 1 whole square is nothing but plus 1. This is nothing but plus 5. Nothing but this equation is combining of both this part and this part. So for those combining, we will write x equal to n pi plus of minus 1 whole power n into y, where n belongs to z. Here y means here also in terms of y. But what about this? If sin x equal to root 3 by 2. So this one we will consider as general solution. So what is the general solution of sin x equal to root 3 by 2? Is x equal to n pi plus of minus 1 whole power n into pi by 3 comma n belongs to z. So this is what we consider as general solution for sin x equal to root 3 by 2. Did you understand? So the difference between general solution and principal solution. Principal solution means that range is in between 0 to 2 pi, and that too like this. X is greater than or equal to 0, less than 2 pi. in between those two only, and the two solution only should be. But when it comes to general solution, all infinite number of solutions will come. Why? Because here n belongs to z. You can substitute negative integers, you can substitute positive integers, all the trigonometric functions which satisfies the sin x equal to root 3 by 2. So that we will consider as general solution. This is the general solution formula. If sin x equal to sin y, if sin x equal to sin y, then x is equal to n pi plus of minus 1 whole power n into y, where n belongs to z. So this is the general solution of sine function. Pause the video and note it down. Next we will find cos and also tan. Now what about cos? If cos x is equal to cos y, if cos x is equal to cos y, how we can write this? Cos x minus cos y equal to 0. Cos x minus cos y equal to 0. This cos x minus cos y formula is minus 2 sin of x plus y by 2 into sin of x minus y by 2, which is equal to 0. Then that minus 2 is sent to right side, it will become sin of x plus y by 2 equal to 0 and sin of x minus y by 2 equal to 0. Anything may happen, either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0 or both equal to 0. So this is in the form of sin x is equal to 0. That formula is equal to n pi, right? That means here what is x? X plus y by 2. Here this is x minus y by 2 equal to n pi. Why? Because this is also sin x equal to 0 form. Sin x equal to 0 means x equal to n pi. Instead of x, what is there? X minus y by 2. So here we can write x plus y equal to 2n pi. Here we can write x minus y equal to 2n pi. Now it will become x equal to 2n pi minus y. Here it is x equal to 2n pi plus y. By combining these two, how we can write in terms of one solution? That is x is equal to 2n pi plus or minus y, where n belongs to z. This is what we will call general solution of cos function. Nothing but if cos x equal to cos y equal to cos y, then x is equal to 2n pi plus or minus y, where n belongs to z. So this is about cos function, right? For how they will give questions like, see, if cos x equal to, cos x is equal to 1 by 2. So what is general solution? See, cos x equal to 1 by root 2, 1 by 2, how we can write cos x equal to cos pi by 3. Cos 60 is nothing but 1 by root 2. So here we need to observe cos x equal to cos y form. What is y? Y is equal to pi by 3. Then how we can write general solution? So general solution of cos x is equal to 1 by 2 is what? X is equal to 2n pi plus or minus, instead of y, what is there? Instead of y, we have pi by 3, where n belongs to z. So this is what is general solution of cos x equal to 1 by 2. Like this we will write general solutions, and previously we have also discussed about principal solutions. Please understood the difference between principal and general. General means all solution will get infinite number of solutions. Principal means only two in between 0, 2 pi. Pause the video and note it down. This is about cos x equal to cos y. Next, when it comes to tan x equal to tan y. Tan x equal to tan y. See here. So if I consider tan x equal to tan y, tan x equal to tan y. See, while deriving this, here x and y not equal to pi by 2. X and y not equal to pi by 2. Why x and y not equal to pi by 2? Why? Because tan x means what? Sin x by cos x. What is cos pi by 2? What is cos pi by 2? 0. anything by 0 is undefined, so we cannot define this. When it comes to here, tan y means sin y by cos y. Y also should not be equal to pi by 2. Understand this? So tan x equal to tan y. How we will derive this? So this one we will write it as tan x minus tan y equal to 0. Tan x minus tan y equal to 0. So this one we will write it as sin x by cos x minus sin y by cos y, which is equal to 0. If you take LCM, LCM will be cos x into cos y. You do cross multiplication, sin x into cos y minus cos x into sin y, which is equal to 0. Do cross multiplication. So as it is in p by q form, this you send to right hand side, 0 and anything it will become 0. Then it remains sin x cos y minus cos x sin y, which is equal to 0. If you observe this, this is in the form of sin a cos b minus cos a sin b, which results in the form of sin of x minus y equal to 0. Check कर लो, sin of x minus y, sin x cos y minus cos x sin y, which is equal to 0. So as it is now again it converted into the form of sin x equal to 0, which results x equal to n pi where n belongs to z. So that means x minus y equal to n pi. That means x is equal to what? N pi plus y, where n belongs to z. Where n belongs to z. So this is a general solution for tan x equal to tan y. For example, if they given tan x equal to 1, what is the general solution of this? See here we can write tan x equal to tan pi by 4. Tan pi by 4. Nothing but here tan x equal to tan y form, which is nothing but y equal to pi by 4. Therefore, GS of tan x equal to 1 is, here GS is nothing but general solution, is x equal to n pi plus pi by 4, where n belongs to z. Where n belongs to z. Did you understand why we are using n? Why we are using n? For example, n equal to, here n equal to 1 you take. If you take n equal to 1, then it will be 1 into pi is pi plus pi by 4. What we will get? 5 pi by 4. If n equal to 2, 2 pi plus pi by 4, which is 2 pi plus pi by 4, which is equal to 9 pi by 4. If n equal to 0, 0 into pi, nothing but n belongs to integers now. 0 is also an integer. 0 into pi, 0. 0 plus pi by 4, we will get pi by 4. So these are all infinite number of solutions we will get. Tan x equal to 1 means actually x equal to pi by 4. That is a solution. But when it comes to general solution, infinite number of solutions. So those all solutions will represent in terms of only one solution, that we consider as general solutions. So in today's class we have discussed about the general solution formulas of sin x, cos x and tan y. See, these derivations they won't ask in any examinations, but you need to remember the procedure. If you remember the procedure, if you forgot or if you are confused about this formula n pi plus y or minus y, according to this procedure you can write and you can again recall that. So this is about sin x equal to sin y, cos x equal to cos y, tan x equal to tan y, general solutions. In this today's class, we will discuss some of the principles, how to find principal solutions values. In next class, we will solve the problems of general solutions. So pause the video and note it down. Now we will solve the trigonometric equation to find the principal solution. See, for example, the question is for example 19. Find the principal solutions of the equation tan x equal to minus 1 by root 3. See, if tan x equal to minus 1 by root 3, first of all, we need to observe whether the given is negative or positive. Negative or positive. Here tan function they are given negative, right? Minus 1 by root 3. So first we need to observe in which two quadrants tan is negative. Why? Because it is this coordinate geometry, this is in between 0 to 2 pi, right? 0 to 2 pi, nothing but. So in principal solutions only we will get two solutions. Now tan is given minus. In which two quadrants tan is negative? In second quadrant tan is negative, in fourth quadrant tan is negative. See, first I will write tan x is equal to minus 1 by root 3. That I will write as tan x is equal to minus 1 by root 3 in terms of tan is tan pi by 6, right? Tan pi by 6. Why? Because tan pi by 6 is nothing but 30 degrees. tan 30 is nothing but 1 by root 3. So now tan x equal to minus tan pi by 6. This minus tan pi by 6 means x equal to not pi by 6. X equal to not pi by 6. When we need to take this x is equal to this value means when these two signs are equal, here positive is there, here negative is there. We cannot take x equal to pi by 6. This is wrong. Now what we need to take is, here tan is positive or negative. Tan is negative. In which two quadrants? Here and here. This is pi and this is 2 pi. Here we need to use only pi and 2 pi only to find the principal solutions. Why? Because if we use pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2, pi by 2 plus or minus, 3 by 2 plus or minus, function will change. We don't want to change the function. We need same function. So we need to use only this even angles pi and 2 pi. So as it is in second quadrant, what we can use? Pi minus. So which is tan pi minus pi by 6. Tan pi minus pi by 6. Pi, because tan pi minus even angle function won't change. Pi minus second quadrant tan is negative. So you can write this one like this. So tan pi minus pi by 6 is equal to tan 6 pi minus pi, which is equal to 5 pi by 6. So this is about in second quadrant. Second quadrant, see 5 pi by 6. What was the value of 5 pi by 6? 5 into 180 by 6, nothing but 150 degrees. 150 is nothing but in between 90 to 180 only. So this is the value here we got. Now how to find the value in here? Which is equal to tan, we can write 2 pi minus, we can write 2 pi minus pi by 6, which is equal to tan 6 to 12 minus pi, which is 11 pi by 6. Therefore, what are the values we should consider as principal solutions? Therefore, x equal to 5 pi by 6, comma 11 pi by 6 are principal solutions. Are principal solutions. For what? For tan x equal to minus 1 by root 3. Did you understand how to find those two solutions? And that in between 0 to 360 only. Why? Because 11 pi by 6. What is the value of 11 pi by 6? 11 into 180 by 6. Nothing but 330 degrees. See here 150 and 330 both are in between 0 to 2 pi only. So this is about principal solutions. So like this we need to do. For example, say I will give another question. By this we will end this today's session. For example, you take sin x is equal to minus root 3 by 2. Sin x is equal to minus root 3 by 2. Here, so here also you need to observe in which two quadrants sin is negative. So in the third and fourth sin is negative. So we need to use pi and 2 pi. 2 pi minus is 1, pi plus is 1 condition. Very easy. See here sin x is equal to minus sin root 3 by 2 means pi by 3. Right? Root 3 by 2 means sin pi by 3. So here sin is negative, negative means these two quadrants, third and fourth. Third means how we will write? Sin pi plus pi by 3. Next fourth means sin 2 pi minus pi by 3, which is equal to pi plus pi by 3 is nothing but sin 4 pi by 3, and here sin 2 pi minus pi by 3, 3 to 6 pi minus pi, sin 5 pi by 3, sorry, 3 to 6 pi minus pi is sin 5 pi by 3, right? Therefore, what are the principal solutions? X equal to 4 pi by 3 comma 5 pi by 3 are principal solutions. Principal solutions. So this is about the concept of principal solutions. Today's assignment is based on only principal solutions only. In next class, as I said, we will do problems of general solutions. As I said, the difference between ratio, identities, equations, and functions. So what are the differences means? See, pause the video and note it down this. Trigonometric ratios, functions, identities, and now here this topic is equations. So what are the major differences between this is when we will call trigonometric ratios. So this sin x, cos x, tan x. So those are when we will call trigonometric ratios. We will call it as trigonometric ratios when we are discussing about sides of a triangle. When we are discussing about sides of a triangle and angle, we will consider this as trigonometric ratios. When we will consider this as trigonometric functions, the sin x and cos x, when we will consider as trigonometric functions. When we are discussing about domain and range of a function, we will consider this as trigonometric functions, right? So these are completed now. So what is the difference between trigonometric identities and trigonometric equations? Trigonometric identities we can also call as trigonometric equation. See, for example, identity I will write sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. This is about trigonometric identity. Here if you observe, equal sign is there, so we can call as equation also. Trigonometric identities can also be called as trigonometric equations, but trigonometric equations we should not call as trigonometric identities. Why? Because here if you observe, sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. If you substitute any angle x, it may be sin square pi plus cos square pi is equal to 1, or sin square pi by 3 plus cos square pi by 3 is equal to 1. That means if you substitute any value instead of x, any angle instead of x, it will satisfy. So those we will consider as trigonometric identities. It will satisfy any value. We will call as identities. But when it comes to trigonometric equations, simply you take sin x is equal to root 3 by 2 you take. Then what we will call sin x is equal to root 3 by 2 means sin pi by 3. Sin x equal to pi by 3. Nothing but general solution. X is equal to, here all values will satisfy. Here x equal to n pi plus of minus 1 whole power n into pi by 3 comma n belongs to z. Only in this infinite number, these are also infinite number of solutions only. But when it comes to here, this is full total. In that infinite number of solutions, any solution will satisfy. But here in this infinite number of solutions, only some particular solutions only will be there. Like pi by 3, it won't satisfy pi by 2. Pi by 2 it won't satisfy. Are you understanding? Sin x equal to root 3 by 2 means sin x equal to sin pi by 3 only, not sin pi by 2. But here x place only you can substitute pi by 3, pi by 2, whatever it may be. So that was the difference between identities and equations. So these are the minimum differences, right? You need to remember at least while solving trigonometric functions. So I hope you all understand the class. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Have a nice day.